Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager 2019 Career Mode episode number 40. We begin with the UAE Tour. We're still in February. It's only been a couple days after the end of the Tour of Oman. It's going to start off with a team time trial, 17K. Recently, I've been performing better in team time trials. We'll see if I can keep that up. After our success at the Tour of Oman with the victory by Remco Evenepoel, we've gone from a very neutral stance by the sponsor to they are thrilled with us at the moment after that victory. Prize money for that one paid well, 21,000. Amstel Gold Race, we are in. Tour de Romandie, 1 of 7 requesting, but only 2 will get in. La Flèche Wallonne did not get in. Tyrrell KTM will not prolong their sponsorship. So, season's taking shape more and more at this point. It's, again, still February, it's still very early. Stan Gotry has literally only raced 1 day so far. He's still out with a sprained wrist. That first day that he raced, he crashed and sprained his wrist. Meanwhile, on the season so far, Jasper Philipsen, 4 victories already. Evenepoel has 2 victories, both coming in the Tour of Oman stage and then the overall. And Brandon McNulty has also claimed a victory in the Continental rankings at the moment. Evenepoel and Philipsen are going to battle each other out, currently at 1 and 2. And I very well could see them in a 1-2 at the end of the season. It'll be interesting to see if they're still close like they are now to one another. In terms of training, everybody's good. Do I have the right guys? Yes, locked up. We're still getting to know a lot of others and their style. I'm feeling Evenepoel. We're going to be switching out fairly soon. Hayden's, and he not getting along terribly well, but he did have that huge level up, so. Now, I've been in and out of the planner recently with all of these World Tour races that we're working on trying to get bids to. It's always hard to know. Like Catalonia, I think we still are waiting to hear back on. Bank, we did get into. I know that one. Amstel Gold, we're still in the running. But all of those races that we put in for, I don't know whether we're going to get into them or not. As a result, we're really kind of just sitting and waiting to see what necessarily happens with those. This is one race that's going to be easy to predict and I could fill out. But for now, Torino, Adriatico, and Milano San Remo, we're definitely in both of those. We've got a UAE Tour, and then we've also got Omloop at Newsblad coming up. So 2 races overlapping with one another. It does limit our chances a little bit. And the sponsor objective for UAE Tour is a stage victory. So with that, there are 3 sprint stages, 2 hills, 1 mountain, and a team time trial. Where to get that victory from is a big question. But with 3 sprint stages, taking a look at the team that I selected, and we're actually down to 6 of 7 as Gaudry was selected, but he's out injured. I want to replace him with my next best sprinter, not Evenepoel, even though he's great on the flat. We want Owen or Narvaez or Daniel. There you go, Daniel. Gregory Daniel. It is a step down from where we were, but we do have Philipsen, Brian, there's Bennett, Mater, Barta, McNulty, Daniel. Wonder, should I take Ooms? Oh, I've got to double check, actually, because we have the other race coming up. No, I could always replace our guy there. I think we were saving Ooms for that one. Yeah, there you go. Get our doctor. And stage number 1 is that team time trial. I will show that. Those are always interesting. But it looks like I'll be focusing mostly on the sprint stages and whether we can claim that victory or not. This team is not built for a win otherwise. Barta can handle the hills. McNulty can handle the mountains. But alone, they're not going to be that strong. Phillipson, though, with some support, we'll see if we can grab a stage victory on the sprint, first and foremost. Get set to go. And I think we want short turns on this as they're going full power at 99. Then the big trick is whether I should pull anyone off the duty. So we'll look. Daniel's okay. Barta's good. Give Barta a little more time. I was not trying to select everyone. Let's go back and reset that. Bring everyone down to 7 seconds. There we go. Now, Barta. Bring you up to a 9. Bring Bennett down like 3 seconds. McNulty's looking good, so we'll bring him up to a 9. I need to make sure that he doesn't get dropped as he is our favorite for the overall. Phillipson's terrible. Time trial. Brian is terrible. And I got to remember this is actually a mix between time trial and prologue. Okay. I need Barta to really push out. He'll go at 11 seconds each time. Those in tow are conserving energy, so they're okay. Daniel, Barta, both down. McNulty, he's okay. First check, just 2 seconds down in 3rd place. So we're very much in it. Okay, now, Barta just went for a good long while. Where's Bennett? 3 seconds. McNulty's coming up and he's got energy to spare. I'm going to extend him to 12 seconds here. Mater going a little bit longer, 7 seconds for him. I think I want Barta to try to see us through towards the end, so we'll put him all the way up to 14 seconds. Pull on through, pull on through. Crashed right at the end. So 6th place, 21 seconds down's not a great time, but that's definitely not my strong time trialing team. That's definitely not bad. And if you look, we've got Sunweb, Movistar, Bora, Ineos, Katusha, Mitchelton Scott ahead of us. Behind us, Bahrain, Merida, Dimension Data, Trek, Groupama FDJ, Jumbo Visma, who are great on time trials in 12th. Vital Concept is the highest Continental Pro team in 12th, besides myself in 7th. That's a good time. I'm 20 seconds behind Sunweb in 2nd. Ineos is running away with this thing a bit. But we're not here for an overall position. We're here for stage victories anyway. CCC moves up to 4th. All things considered, without any top time trialists and really only 2 decent ones, it's not a bad time. It's not a bad time. But it is going to put us back a little bit on the overhaul. But again, not worried about the overhaul. We're going to worry about stage victories on this one. So all or nothing type stuff in the coming stages. The sprint stages, I'm going to use all riders focusing on the sprint. At this point, I think McNulty is already far enough down and poor enough as a rider that I don't think he's going to contest the overall. He's not going to crack the top 10, top 15 like that. I mean, maybe we can get him into the top 15 or 20, but he's not going to be in the top 10. So with that considered, I might as well just go for the stages, meaning I can use all 7 riders to go for the sprint. 16 kilometers left to go. Really coming up on the end of this one. UAE Tour stage number 2. Here in just a moment I'm going to form my train, but I want to save it to where we can really push, really attack with it. We need a stage victory. A podium won't do. Top 5 won't do. We have to win a stage. Philipsen's the kind of guy who can do it, but as it's a World Tour race, there's going to be plenty of the top sprinters in the world here. Okay, 11K to go. Let's go ahead and form up. Philipsen, slightly tired at this point, the pace. And he's on a -1, but fortunately it's not affecting him in any relevant way. Brian, best sport rider, he's going to be a bit fatigued, so he's not going to be able to go very early. I think Sean Bennett's my next one, yeah. And then who's going to be from there? Mater? Alright, so McNulty's going to get us going, set us up. So we've got 10.5K to go. Who's supposed to be following you right now?
To the finish line.
Where the heck is Barta? Come on, Barta.
The sprinters are positioning themselves up front. It'll probably be a mass sprint finish.
Put him behind Daniel. So we really need to accelerate here. So I'm going to get Daniel ready to go. McNulty's going to push a little bit harder now, 7.5K. Save him just a little bit of energy towards the rear. It's probably too late, too little, but I don't know. Just some part about me doesn't like taking out your rider for the overall. Barta finally makes it up here, but of course he's burned a lot of energy in doing so. And now that we're inside 6K, let's get everyone going. And Daniel, you're going to give me your 99 for the next 5K we have to go here. Hey, Barta. Go, 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 go. 3.2K. That's enough to start sprinting, Mater. 2.5K to go. Bennett. Brian, we're inside 1K. Philipsen, a little bit further here, a little bit further. We might have this. We might have this. Go, Philipsen. Go, go, go. 800 meters. He's got it. It only took one. One was enough. Oh, he's got it. He's got it by 8 seconds over Dylan Groenewegen. Miguel Brian hangs on for third. Matteo Trentin, the other rider we went for. Now with Mitchelton Scott in fourth. Bonifazio, Colbrelli, 3 Italians in 4, 5, 6. Buoni. I don't think he punched anybody out on his way to 7th, but he might want to punch Philipsen after. Damar, Sean Bennett in 9th. All right, well, hey. That was easier than I thought. It's nice having a good sprinter. Oh my goodness. See what you can do with a proper lead out when you also have a proper sprinter. I'm not used to a proper sprinter. It's been a long time since I've gotten my team from Continental to Continental Pro to World Tour to where you get those riders. Or in this case, in Continental Pro, still, but I've got 2 proper World Tour quality riders. Head to head, he can't beat everybody, but here, today, I mean, Groenewegen, right? If we're going to look at Groenewegen's going to be much stronger. 85 on the sprint. 85.83. Philipsen's a 77.81. Okay, no contest. Yet we beat him by 8 seconds across the line. I mean, that's enough. They should have given me time on that, but I understand. Flat stage. I mean, Brian takes third with a 73.73. Trentin is a 77.76. Bonifazio, I mean, these guys, right? Colbrelli, you can see beating them. DeMar should have been much higher up. He really struggled in that one. Christoph in 11th. Right? Oh, Gaviria is here. Okay, Gaviria in 81.80. Wow, they've really got Groenewegen ranked very high. I think he must have leveled up. His average is in 80 now. So yeah, Groenewegen. Wonder what his recent performances are like. Wow, that's more than our entire budget. This is his first race of the year. Okay. And he's moved over from Jumbo-Visma. Last season, winning the points classification at the Giro. No wins? No, he got that. 5 stages at Giro. Nothing at Vuelta. 3rd at the Worlds. He won stage 2 last year at UAE Tour. He really didn't have that great of a year last year, other than his success at the Giro, where he was clearly in form. So we're on to stage number 5. Tom Dumoulin leads the overall. He gained a few seconds on a punchy stage. Chris Froome won the mountain stage, putting him in second, 3 seconds down. With 3 stages to go, 2 of them are sprint stages. I have no riders in contention whatsoever, so we have turned our focus after winning the first sprint stage available. We're seeing a big acceleration at the moment. Let me prepare myself for this one. 16K, I did not want to attack yet, but at an 86, we are falling behind, aren't we? Wow, look at the field, how it just split like that. I don't like Brian being back here, but that's insane that there was just a split forming so easily there. It's not like the winds are that strong. Okay, it's back together. Anyway, after winning a stage already, I've changed my focus now. Of course, I want to continue to win stages. But at this point, the best thing that I can go for, points classification. That's something additional that I can get. It's going to earn us a little bit of prestige, a little bit of recognition, help boost us up. Philipsen, of course, is the guy to go for that. 97th overall. He's well out of the competition otherwise. But he enters this stage in 7th with 24 points. Dumoulin, the leader there, with 2 sprint stages out of the 3 remaining. That's a good chance to overcome. To help myself, there was a sprint point just 13 kilometers into this stage. From the very beginning of the stage, from kilometer 0, I pushed and chased the break. Caught them just before the sprint point, and Philipsen crossed that line first. So he picked up 6 points there, or 3 points there. Ugh, it was only 3 points. Well, he picked up 3 points there, and that's boosted us a little bit towards the end here. Breakaway was still away, and is still away right now. So we didn't pick up anything the second time, but now we focus on the stage. I think if we can manage maybe 2 podium finishes, that would be enough to help us. The toughest sprinter, Groenewegen, gone. He is not in the race anymore. He's crashed out. It's going to give us a real shot. So Brian, yeah, you're way too far back. Your lead out is Bennett. Your lead out is Daniel. Your lead out is supposed to be Mater, but Mater's looking really tired. Let's go with McNulty, who is fresh, then Barta, then Mater. Mater's already up here. It's 11K to go, so I don't want to go hard yet. Let's see what we can do with an 86. Take to the side of the road here, see how these guys behind are faring. Get out into the open here a little bit, if you would please. Catch up, come on. Make like a tomato and ketchup. Brian, let's go. Get it up there, Alright, time to accelerate. Mater's only going to last a few more seconds. Whoa, where did everybody go? Come on, McNulty. How are you the one losing the wheel? Just a little hill. Just need to get out there. Okay, Mater's done. I need to start putting in a much stronger acceleration. We're down to 6K already. Holy crap. Didn't see that one coming. Okay, you got McNulty. Where's the rest of the team? Come on, you guys. We are just getting swallowed alive here. Where's Brian? Mater's done, so no surprise there, but Brian, my main lead-out guy, is still way behind here. Barta's done. I'm down to 2K, and Brian's still not there. I need to go without him. Daniel, you're going to sprint right now. Bennett. Where did Phillipson go? Come on. What an ugly mess that is. So much for that points jersey. Damar takes the win. Trentin, Viviani, Gaviria. Daniel takes 5th. Bennett 7th. And Phillipson just got swallowed up. So did Brian. The whole team got swallowed up. We started a sprint train with 12K to go. And they could not get clear. Did not help that little split. We had those 3 guys that were way further back. And that's why I ride at the front. I don't like riding at the rear. When you ride at the rear, that's what happens. You get guys who can't fight their way through the field, or they waste all their energy fighting their way through the field, and then you don't get organized in the final kilometers, and you fall apart. That was a real disappointing stage. Just never got clear. Phillipson got caught behind traffic. Brian caught way behind. It's not a big deal. We already got our stage win. But it does hurt for the points classification that we were going for. Damar now leads it. George Bennett 2nd. Phillipson might be too far down now. Liège-Bastogne-Liège. We got in. We got in to Liège-Bastogne-Liège. And that's the type of race. I've got plenty of punchy climbers. We might not have cobbles covered, but punchy climbs, yeah, we got that one covered. Stage 6. I've only got 1 climber here. He's well down the order, so I'll see you on stage 7. I'm going to go ahead and bypass the final stage. We've already achieved our objective. Phillipson now too far back to get the points classification to go for that bonus. So we begin with some news. Arkea Samsic, they're going to have a new sponsor. Both pieces of equipment, our frame and wheels, have new versions that just came out. We've still got to test them out first though. The Venge frame, it's the first new one in 8 years. It's only a 3-star aero and very mediocre feeling, so it would be nice if we have, and I was going for major upgrades on these by the way. And then the 808, 5 years since the new one there on the wheels from Zip. Also just 3 stars on the aero, mediocre and bad. So there's plenty of room for improvement on these, and comparatively they have plenty of quality in the rest of their equipment. So we'll see if we can get that with their 808 wheels as well. But the testing, long ways to go. Teams for the Tour de Romandie, only 2 teams were given an invitation. Local team Wallonie Bruxelles and big team Dimension Data, who were just relegated down to Continental Pro. And instead of doing stage number 7 for the UAE Tour, I'm going to bypass that because we have Omloop Het Newsblad. Big race. I don't think it's on my sponsor list. Ooh, it is. Oh my goodness, it's on my sponsor list. And a top 5. That's going to be really tough to accomplish. So we might see a positive. We might also see a negative. We'll see what it does to the sponsor confidence here. So Omloop Het Newsblad. Big race, long race, so many cobbled sections, but most of them towards the end. We've only been through one so far. We're almost 50% of the way through the stage. Now, I decided that this is the type of race where occasionally the breakaway works. And occasionally, if you play your cards right, you can at least support a top rider as they catch up to a breakaway rider later on, if they're by themselves by that point. So, Logan Owen, into the break. It's been a 5-man break for a long time, but we just got joined by some big names. Rolands, Ramat, Durbridge. All joining the group, and in fact there's 12 now and 2 more trying to bridge that gap. So we've very suddenly gone from 5 to approaching 14 riders here in the group. That's a good sign and a bad sign. DeGand is here. Not going to be an easy task. Those 2 trying to chase us. It's not going to be an easy task for them either to catch up. But we've got a 2.5 minute gap right now, which is not very large for a race that has 100k to go and a ton of cobbled sections and a good amount of climbing as well along the way. Oh, those 2 riders just split. That's going to make life even more difficult for them. There's more people trying to get off the front. This many riders, it's easier for a few of them to sit on and not participate. Definitely bad for us. Like Quickstep, can a Quickstep have 2 riders here?
So special frames were developed. They offer more flexibility and are better at absorbing vibrations. This takes a lot of strain off the rider's forearms.
So 12 in the break, 5 giving chase. Everybody else going through. The weather's nasty today, so lots of negative race day conditions. And this field's going to blow up pretty bad. Objective is top 5. Ooms is capable of that, but the problem is he's the only rider on my team, so he doesn't have proper support. Speed things up for a little bit till we get towards that next section. Timo Rusin attacking. More riders trying to get to the front. Now it's 17 in this group. This group's getting quite large.
We're starting the last third of the race.
Problem with this, for me, is that Logan Owen is not capable of getting top 5 within this group. So if this group does win, he won't be top 5.
Avoiding a puncture is vital in this type of race. The cobbled sections mean that the riders use tubes that are more hard-wearing than those normally used on tarmac.
Owen leading the way through here. Rest of the field going through. Pace is not too bad right now. But there's already quite a few riders off the back. I think mostly from crashes. This cobbled section's gonna do some damage.
Burn some energy to get back into the pack. Some team managers mustn't appreciate the fact that there is a breakaway, given that the pack has increased
Split.
in speed.
9 riders now on the front. About ready to let... whoa! Sudden split. Peloton's down to 27 just like that. One little uphill cobbled section just shattered the field. Ooms is here with Garfield and Garrison. So we hit another section. Oh, things are back together here. Gonna pull Narvaez, making it back up. Ooms, the one that's left alone right now, is definitely not what I want. So let's go ahead and switch Garfield to Ooms. Wow, how's Owen doing? Group of 5 chasing group of 9. They've nearly made it back up to these guys. And the Peloton's at 40 riders. And this is where things get crazy, right? That Peloton gets small, small, small. And all of a sudden you've got 14 riders in the breakaway. Can you bridge this gap, please?
Because each section has its particularities, and on some sections it is make or break if you don't adopt the right strategy.
Dropped that group. Come on, get out of there. Get on their wheel. Get on their wheel. There you go. Alright, we're back up to 10. I have a feeling that group's not going to regain contact, so... Peloton's actually growing 71 riders. You can see quite a few guys at the back here going backwards, struggling. Those last few sections are really starting to put a hurting in. I think we are going to be back down to 20 or 30 riders here in a little bit. These 10 at the front have a chance. They really do. I think the 4 that are giving chase aren't going to do terribly well. 40k to go. Home's still looking good. And to make sure we really stay on top of this, we've got a short, steep section here.
The pack is increasing its work rate. Some teams can't be happy with the breakaway. Radio Tour has announced a flat tire for a rider. Apparently, there's another puncture. The riders really
Okay, 10 riders again.
Choice of tires. Oh my, the guys up front aren't going to be making too many friends today.
I need to start focusing in on the field here through these next climbs because we're going to see big splits here. Oh no, Ooms is the only one who made that split at the moment. Come on, guys. Narvaez, you're there protecting Evenepoel, right? Narvaez is doing better than Evenepoel, though, isn't he? Garrison. You're going out the back. You're going out the back. These 3, we're not giving up hope yet. We're going to switch this up. Oh, it is Evenepoel protecting Narvaez. Oh, wait, hold on. I want these 3. And then I want to go 93. And we're going to put you, behind Evenipol. Alright, come on, Garrison, what are you doing?
There are two schools of thought on riding cobbled sections. Some will try to stay in the middle, while others will take to the sides, practically on the grass.
Owen's fading.
Riders taking a tumble, but apparently they all managed to set off again.
Sit up, sit up. There's Ooms. Right into the next one.
And he's not getting back up. It looks like he'll have
One more long one after this. One short one towards the end. Oh, Evenipol's done. Garrison, you need to go. That's why I was starting to slip backward. Yes. Don't get dropped here. Get up there. Get up there. Yes, he's off a little bit. Come on, Garrison. Okay, Garrison, sprint, sprint, sprint. You're done.
There's another rider with a puncture. The sides of the road are not a tire's best friend.
Bad time for a puncture. There's Owen going backwards. Ooms in the peloton, chasing 9 riders. Peloton's down to 17. Ooms hanging on. This is the last big section. It's going to be pretty easy after this. Narvaez, though, I don't think Narvaez is going to get back. I need to switch him to auto. I need to switch Owen to auto. I need to switch Garrison to auto and Evenipol. We're now all over the road, but here's Ooms.
An attack is launched.
I want to stay behind Kung. If he attacks, I want you to go with. I do not want to be this far down, though. Don't attack, just sit up. There you go. Okay, so 9 riders off front, 18k to go. Better catch those guys. I'd really hate if the break actually won, but Logan Owen just couldn't hack it, got dropped. So right now that's what it looks like. We've had 1 rider go off the front of this peloton. That's now just 13 riders.
Yet another flat tire. It seems to be catching. Attack with the finishing line within reach.
Okay, now it's down to 11.
The riders are entering the last 10 kilometers of the stage.
Another acceleration.
A rider drops out.
Easy, easy. We still have 10k to go. We're still 45 seconds behind the 9 riders at the front. I need to use my gel soon. I can't handle too many more attacks, though. The boys, Taylor Finney going for it.
An attack is launched. The group has to break apart.
And they are getting away at the moment. And none of us are really giving chase. I'm actually recovering a little bit. Maybe it's my turn to attack. 4k to go.
Some riders try to use the verge to avoid the cobbles, but it's at the risk of getting a flat tire.
Oh, what happened to my sprint? I told him to sprint and he didn't sprint.
He's giving it one last go.
Yeah, we're not going to get our goal at all.
It's going to be very fast.
Ooms has nothing left. And the breakaways won.
His aim was to win.
Taco Vanderhorn.
Didn't disappoint his teammates. It's a job
Roland's.
well done.
So that really sucks. That the breakaway did win. I had Logan Owen in it, but he lost 4 minutes. Then I get Ooms in the main group all the way until the final few K, and then he just couldn't hang in there until the very, very end. He didn't even finish in the top 20. He got 21st. Though a top 25 placement is the same as anything 11th to 25th. But the objective was top 5. So top 10 would have been somewhat... would have been somewhat acceptable. But the top 25 is going to be big time failure on this one. So I don't have enough cobbled riders. I really tried to sign one there late last season. That's that last spot. Tried to fill. Couldn't get someone. So as we go forward, especially if we get promoted to World Tour, I really need to find an additional rider, because Ooms should be the support guy, not the main guy. He's a 76 in cobble, but he doesn't have much of anything else. Resistance is only 66. He had a -2 race day condition today. That hurt. That all hurt. But most importantly, he didn't have a rider protecting him at all the last 35, 40K. He was all alone. He's not strong enough for that. If he had protection, he could have done a lot better. Or if he was the one protecting somebody else, they would have done a lot better. So I need that second rider. Which last season I had two. I had Iking and Ooms, but we couldn't afford to keep Iking. So really unfortunate. I would have loved to have had Iking in this situation protecting Ooms, and we might have been able to at least pull off that top 10. But the major unfortunate part is that the breakaway survived. 9 riders from that breakaway survived, and my guy who was in there couldn't hang on. He still ended up in 38, and that's kind of the strength of these long cobbled classics. The breakaway riders, even when they don't win, they end up much higher in the standings just because of the 4-minute gap that they did have. Field blows up behind them, and so they drift back, but they don't drift back as far as they would otherwise. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.